In this video, we're going to look at our parking heater products PH51W 5 kilowatt engine heater. This engine heater is typically used for truck applications, but it can be used for gensets, off-highway equipment, anywhere we're using 12 or 24 volt battery systems and an onboard diesel fuel. For demonstration purposes, we're going to look at, we've got the heater mounted on our test bench here. So let's just have an overview of the different systems that we're using. First, we use we tap directly into the fuel tank, a 5-gallon jerry can, and used our pickup pipe. Coming out of that, we've got our 2mm fuel line that comes up to the fuel pump. The fuel pump acts as like a solenoid. We have 12 volts and we apply 12 volts. There's a solenoid that pushes and we get a shot of fuel. You take the power away and the plunger returns, the fuel cavity fills and waits for the next pulse. So it's pulsing, and every time it pulses it gives a shot of fuel. We've got that mounted on a 15-degree angle. It should be mounted on a 15-degree to a 90-degree angle to allow air to pass through it. From there, we have the 2mm fuel line that comes up to the heater. The next thing we look at was how do we mount the heater. The heater is typically mounted in a splash-free zone in the truck that's reasonably well protected. We use this mounting bracket. The heater mounts directly to this, and then you can mount that to a flat surface. Combustion air intake. We take the combustion air from a clean place so it's not ingesting dust or dirt, snow. Combustion air intake, and then the exhaust. We send the exhaust to a safe place outside of the vehicle. The electrical system, we're tapping in with our main wiring harness. This would go directly to the batteries and we'd have a fuse at the battery. I'm just tapping into my power source here. And then we'd have a harness that goes to the fuel pump, and we'd have another harness that comes up to the switch. So here's our operating switch. In this video, I'm going to just focus in on the simple on-off operation of the heater. In another video, we're going to focus in on the operation of the switch. It can also be used as a timer, so we'll have another video that focuses in on that. So let's get it started. To turn the heater on, we simply press momentarily the heat button. The first thing that happens is the heater does a systems check. It checks the voltage to make sure that the voltage is between 11 and 15 volts. It makes sure that the heater does require heat. It checks all of the components, the glow pin, the sensors, to make sure that everything is intact. So the next thing that happens is the glow pin, which is located inside the heater, starts to get preheated. This is just an electrical element. When we put 12 volts to it, this area gets red hot. That's a preheat phase, and then once the preheat phase is done, then the fuel pump will start pulsing and bringing in the fuel. Shortly after that, we'll start to hear some combustion. You can also, as it's preheating, you can hear the blower motor is just starting to whine in a low speed. It'll start to wind up a little bit as the heater starts up. So now we can hear the fuel pump pulsing. That's the clicking. The flame establishes almost immediately. Shortly after the flame is established, the temperature sensor inside there will indicate that there's a flame, and the glow pin will switch off. At that point, any new fuel that's entering the combustion chamber is just ignited by the existing flame. A little bit about the plumbing. So this heater has an integrated coolant pump. Picture that as the engine. It's taking the coolant from the engine, heating it up, and then circulating it back to the engine. In this application, I've also got a heat exchanger, so you can also plumb that through your vehicle's heat exchanger to provide bunk heat as well. Once the blow open is switched off, the heater will continue to run in high heat mode. The heater does monitor the temperature. It has a temperature sensor integrated into the heater, and the temperature is monitored here. That's the incoming temperature. It's currently showing 59 degrees. The heater will continue to run in high heat mode until the temperature reaches 70 degrees centigrade. At that point, it's going to switch into a low heat mode. The fuel pump pulses will slow, the blower motor will slow. If the temperature continues to rise, once it reaches 75 degrees, it'll switch off. The heater will switch off and go through a cool down. If the temperature drops down below 65 degrees while the heater is running in low, it'll kick back up into high. If the heater does reach the 75 degree level and switches off and cools down, it won't restart until it hits the 55 degree temperature. To switch the heater off, we simply press the heat button. The fuel pump stops pulsing and the flame is extinguished. Now the blower motor and the water pump will continue to run for a 3-minute cool down that allows any unburnt fuel to pass through the system. Whether you're using our 5 kilowatt Gen 1 engine heater or other engine heaters, the operating principles are basically the same. To find out more about the installation, operation, repair of the heater or the operation of the timer, consult our video library or our manual. Thanks for watching. Check us out at dksi.com for quality heater products, fast and economical shipping, and the best customer service in the industry.